Imagine standing before a monument that has guarded its secrets for more than 4,500 years, rising 480 feet into the sky, made of stones heavier than passenger buses. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, but also one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Even today, in an age of satellites, AI, and space exploration, the pyramid still whispers questions that no one can fully answer. Researchers have sent satellites above it, scanners inside it, and even robotic cameras into its hidden passages. One of those robotic missions revealed something astonishing. The machine crawled through a narrow shaft, inch by inch, until suddenly it stopped. In front of it was not an open chamber, but a perfectly fitted stone slab blocking the way. Behind that slab, researchers believed, lay a secret untouched for thousands of years. They had to know what it was. So, they equipped the robot with a drill, pierced a hole through the stone, and pushed a small camera inside. What it saw had not been viewed by human eyes in 4,500 years. But before we reveal that mystery, let's step back. How could ancient builders, with no cranes, no modern tools, and no heavy machinery, construct such a colossal monument? How could they align its 4 sides almost perfectly with north, south, east, and west without a compass? How could they level the ground so precisely that millions of tons of stone could be stacked without the pyramid collapsing? These questions are the foundation of the greatest architectural riddle in history. Challenge number 1, alignment. The pyramid's sides are aligned almost exactly with the cardinal directions. Without compasses, how was that possible? Some experts believe the builders studied the stars, especially those near Earth's poles. By tracking their movement night after night, they marked the directions with incredible accuracy. Imagine thousands of years ago, in the desert under the clear Egyptian sky, ancient architects mapping the heavens to guide their construction. Challenge number 2, the foundation. The Great Pyramid sits on 13 acres of land. If even one corner of that land had been uneven, the entire structure could have failed. But when archaeologists studied the base, they discovered it was almost perfectly level. How did they do it? One theory suggests the builders dug shallow trenches around the site, filled them with water, and used the water level to measure and cut the ground. Others suggest simple plumb bobs made of wood and stone. No lasers, no machinery, just ingenuity. Challenge number 3, the stones themselves. More than 2 million blocks were used, some weighing 50 tons. That's about the same as 3 fully loaded city buses. How were these massive stones shaped with no steel tools? Archaeologists believe workers used chisels made of copper mixed with arsenic to harden the metal. Blow after blow, hour after hour, the stones were carved into shape. It would have taken unimaginable patience, strength, and numbers of laborers, but cutting the stones was only half the problem. Transporting them was another. The quarries were miles away, some even across the Nile River. How do you move a 50-ton stone across the desert? Some evidence suggests workers used sledges, dragging the stones over wet sand to reduce friction. Others argue they used barges, floating them down the Nile and unloading them with ramps and sheer manpower. Imagine an army of thousands hauling blocks, singing chants to keep rhythm under the scorching Egyptian Sunday. Challenge number 4. Height. As the pyramid rose higher, the question grew sharper. How did they get those massive stones to the top? Some experts believe spiral ramps circled the pyramid. Others imagine long zigzagging ramps reaching upward. Whatever the method, it required breathtaking coordination and strength. Inside the pyramid, the mysteries deepen. The main chambers were not built with limestone like the outside, but with granite, one of the hardest stones on Earth. Even today, cutting granite requires diamond-tipped tools. So how did they carve and shape these massive granite beams thousands of years ago? Some researchers believe they used a form of saw with sand as the cutting agent, slowly grinding through the rock. Just one beam could have taken months to cut, but the biggest question of all remains: why? Why would an ancient civilization invest decades of labor, moving millions of tons of stone, creating a monument so precise that modern architects still marvel at it? Was it purely a tomb for a pharaoh? Or was it something more, a message to future generations, a celestial marker, or even something we still cannot comprehend? This brings us back to the robot. When it pierced the stone slab and looked through the hole, it revealed a hidden chamber. But the mystery only deepened. What was this chamber for? Why was it sealed so carefully? Was it hiding treasures? Or was it a symbolic space, never meant to be entered? Researchers still debate it today, and this is only one of the pyramid's many puzzles. Did you know the Great Pyramid once shone like a white jewel under the sun? Originally, it was covered with polished limestone casing stones that reflected light so brilliantly it could be seen for miles. Some even believe it acted like a giant beacon. Over the centuries, those casing stones were stripped away, but imagine how it must have looked glittering in the desert like a second Sunday. There are also theories that the pyramid's dimensions encode mathematical and astronomical knowledge, far beyond what ancient civilizations were believed to possess. Its proportions seem to mirror Earth's equator, the distance to the sun, even the speed of light. Are these coincidences, or evidence of a forgotten knowledge? For thousands of years, earthquakes, storms, and invasions have battered the pyramids, but they still stand, immovable. Compare that to modern skyscrapers, which can crumble in mere decades. How did ancient builders create something so durable? Did they know secrets of construction that we have lost? And then there is the haunting thought: what if the pyramid is not finished revealing its secrets? Modern scans using cosmic rays have hinted at undiscovered voids deep within the structure. Entire chambers may still be hidden, waiting for the right technology or perhaps the right moment to be uncovered. The Great Pyramid of Giza is more than a monument. It is a riddle carved in stone, a message from an ancient world. Every stone, every passage, every hidden chamber seems to say, there is more here than meets the eye. And as technology advances, perhaps we are only scratching the surface of its true story. So next time you see an image of the pyramid, don't just think of it as a tourist attraction or a tomb. Think of it as a question, one that has waited for 4,500 years for us to answer. A question about human ingenuity, lost knowledge, and perhaps even the connection between Earth and the cosmos. And maybe, just maybe, the secrets hidden inside the pyramid are not just about the past. They might also be about our future.